I have a friend named Spencer Capier who is a multi-instrumentalist, very talented violinist, mandolinist, guitarist, other instruments. He has a record called Plays Well with Others. I like that. It reminds me of what little kids do, what they're taught to do, and what they can't do when they're very little, because it's all about themselves when they're very young. They find it very hard to share. Mostly they just do side-by-side play when they're really young, and then eventually they learn to share, play with others. So Spencer is a great backup musician to other musicians, very skilled, and I think playing well with others is a good catchphrase for what we do when we play music together, when we cooperate in a family together, in a business together. Another thing this reminds me of is the famous book called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten by Robert Fulghum. And it talks about how things like learning to share, be kind, clean up our own messes are foundational for a fulfilling life. And so here's a story about that from Anaheim Vineyard in the 90s. I was leading worship with a band, and a guy who was a pianist who was observing us, he came up afterwards and he said to me, "You know, I can tell that there's no competition among you, that you guys are serving one another as you play. Everybody is creating room for other people to shine. It's not a competition." He could see that through a musician's eyes. And so this is a great way to view working with a group, whatever kind of a group you might be working with. Another example of a guy that knows how to play well with others is my friend Bruce Babad, who's a professional saxophonist, woodwinds, flute, and I can remember him during rehearsals in Anaheim Vineyard just waiting there and not playing a note because there were so many instruments in the band. He had to wait for a spot to add his part, and that took a lot of patience. And he didn't mind that, but then he always delivered beautifully when it was his moment to play his part. And so preferring others above ourselves is part of playing well with others. So keep this in mind as you work with people in your team.